Hey guys! Hey, welcome! We are back continuing our uncharted journey, and we're going to have an amazing month of Bible stories and adventures and chickens. Well, anyways, we'll talk more about our chickens later, but do you guys remember Uncharted? Yeah. Uncharted is an amazing journey that our whole church is going on together, where we're being a part of God, doing some really big things here in our community and around the world.
Part of the Uncharted journey, we talked about building a school. What else?
Building a new church in Carson. Hey, Carson! And another one in Sparks.
That's going to be so cool. Even more kids learning about Jesus. And then we're also, as part of that, we're helping kids in Bolivia, in
India,
and in Costa Rica. Help them know more about Jesus and take care of some of their basic needs like food and school and things like that too. So what we're doing now is kind of like a reminder of our uncharted journey, and we're calling it Bold, Next Steps in our Uncharted Journey. And so we're going to do some special things together in our children's ministry to kind of help us go on that journey and take bold next steps.
Yeah, so this whole next month, we're going to be focusing on what it means to be bold for God, to be a part of the big things that God is doing. And you guys have already been an awesome part of what God's doing through our church. A lot of you guys have been giving at our giving spinner. And we together have raised over $340 just in kids ministry to be a part of all these amazing things that God is doing.
Good job, guys. Good job. That was excellent. That's lots of great giving. So what have we been able to do with some of the giving from the church and from the kids? So far, we've already started or continued LCA, Life Christian Academy. We're all the way up from kindergarten through third grade.
That is a lot of kids learning about God.
Absolutely.
And we started the new church in Carson. Hey, Carson!
Hey, Carson!
And there's over 100 kids there every week that are learning about how much God loves them. And we're continuing to do awesome stuff in Bolivia, in Costa Rica, in India to help people know more about God and to be taken care of the way that God cares for them.
We've already started, I think, 3 churches in India already.
That's amazing. And we're not done with this incredible uncharted journey. So as we go into bold and keep talking about how we can be a big part of what God's doing, we have a special challenge just for you guys. For the next month, we're going to keep giving to our church, keep giving to God, and we're going to see how many chicken kits we can raise money for to send to people in Bolivia.
What's a chicken kit? Is that like a kid's meal? Like nuggets? Like a little kit? Like that? Like chicken nuggets?
Not quite. It might turn into chicken nuggets, but it starts by sending chickens and what chickens need, like chicken coop and chicken food, to families that don't have enough food. So there's a lot of people all over the world that don't have enough food to live. And so when we are able to send them these chickens, it gives them an opportunity to have eggs to eat, to have chicken to eat, and to be taken care of. So we want you guys to be a part of all God's doing. So when you give to our giving spinner, these next few weeks, all that money is going to go to see how many chicken kits we can send to families in need.
That's pretty cool.
Amazing.
And you know what? It also helps them. Like, I know maybe a lot of you might have chickens at home and you sell the eggs. Well, that also kind of helps them have their own business where they can like sell the eggs and really helps to support their family. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know a chicken could do all that.
It's pretty amazing.
That's pretty cool.
And we know that God's given us so much, that God has saved us. And so we want to be a part of giving to God and being a part of the big things we believe God is doing. But our chickens are also going to do something pretty special this month.
Well, hold on. Speaking of chickens, I heard this great chicken joke lately. You want to hear it?
Well, I want to hear it.
Okay. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Because...
Oh, that's a good one, because backed us up. I get it.
You have to explain it. It gets less funny now. Okay, come on.
It's still funny.
Because...
But it's not going to be as amazing as our chickens helping tell our Bible stories this month.
Guess what time it is?
It's time for Bok Bok Bible Stories! Today's Bible story is from the book of Nehemiah, which starts off on kind of a sad note. You see, God's special people, the Israelites, were not following God, and a bunch of their enemies came and hurt them and took them away from their land.
There were only a few of them left, and their city was destroyed, and the walls were completely broken down. Now, the thing about walls back then is that every city had a wall all the way around the city, and it protected them from their enemies. So if your wall was broken down, anyone could come in and attack. And so it was a really bad deal.
Do you guys think that God forgot about the Israelites? No. Even though God's people were not listening to God, God still cared about them. God was getting ready to do something big through a man named Nehemiah. Nehemiah actually worked for a king of a different country. He had a good job being the king's cupbearer, which means he brought the king his drinks and made sure no one poisoned them. He's good.
Someone came and told Nehemiah about how horrible it was that the Israelite city was destroyed and how all the walls around it were completely broken down.
The walls are broken. Now remember, Nehemiah had a pretty good job working for this king of a different country. He was probably safe and taken care of. And he could have just stayed where he was safe and comfy and said, who cares about those guys in that sad city? Who cares?
But when Nehemiah heard about the broken down city, he cried and cried and prayed to God for help.
So, remember guys, just like we just talked about in our story, Nehemiah was so sad when he heard about the broken down walls of Jerusalem because he cared about what God cares about. And our main point talks about that too.
Yeah, that can help us remember to care like Nehemiah did. So let's do our main point together. Are you guys ready?
You guys ready?
Here we go.
So our main point is God is doing big things so we can be bold by caring about what he does. Do you guys think you can echo that with us?
All right. Everybody, you do it and I'll do the echo.
Sounds good. So it's God is doing big things.
God is doing big things
so we can be bold.
So we can be bold
by caring about what he does.
By caring about what he does.
And we can do that too. And that's a big part of our uncharted journey is learning to care about what God cares about. What do you guys think are some things God cares about?
He probably cares about kids knowing about Jesus.
Yeah, like at the school we're building. Yeah. Do you guys think God cares about people in Carson City and Sparks knowing more about him?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And do you guys think God cares about people in Bolivia and India and Costa Rica knowing how much he loves them and having enough food to eat?
100%.
So we can be bold by caring about those things too. And one big way you can show that you care about what God cares about is by giving out our giving spinner this month so we can send so many chickens to kids who don't have enough food.
So you guys go home, get your allowances, or maybe collect spare change, or whatever you want to do. Maybe do some extra chores even, that you can earn some money and you can bring your money and put it in our giving spinner. And that money from there is what we're using, like you said, to buy chickens.
So many chickens. And we want to care so much about these things because we know how much God cares about them. So remember, guys, to give at our giving spinner. Remember to be like Nehemiah and care deeply about the things that God cares about. We're going to learn what Nehemiah did next week. But for now, remember to be giving at our giving center and to care about the things that God cares about. See you next week, guys.
Bye.